Texas, the land of endless growth and ambition. In the Texas housing market 2025, the dream once defined by Texas suburbs is beginning to unravel. For years, wide-open spaces, booming jobs, and affordable homes made Texas the symbol of prosperity. But now, the Texas housing collapse looms as part of a larger Texas real estate crash and potential housing crash 2025 across the nation. From Austin real estate 2025 to the Dallas real estate market, from the Houston housing bubble to falling Frisco, Texas home prices, warning signs are everywhere. Round Rock housing collapse, Georgetown real estate 2025, and declining Katy home values all highlight worsening Texas housing affordability amid an economic crisis 2025. Across the Lone Star State, the once invincible market shows cracks. According to Zillow and Redfin, more than 40% of Texas suburbs have seen prices drop since mid-2024. Inventory has doubled, listings sit longer, and sellers are cutting prices faster than since 2008. Developers built for endless demand, but demand has vanished. Buyers are cautious, investors are fleeing, and what was once the Texas housing miracle now looks like the Texas housing market crash in motion. Welcome to Discover the Nation, where today we count down the top 10 Texas suburbs facing a housing collapse in 2025. In Texas, the story was always about size. Now it's about gravity. Number 10. Conroe. Once known as Houston's northern escape, Conroe was the perfect suburban dream. Lakeside living, spacious homes, top-rated schools, and a break from city congestion. During the boom, the Conroe housing market became one of the fastest growing in the Texas housing market 2025. Between 2019 and 2023, builders couldn't pour foundations fast enough, convinced the migration wave from Houston would never slow. But in 2025, that boom has turned into burnout. According to the Houston Association of Realtors, housing inventory in Conroe is up nearly 95% year over year, while sales have dropped by more than a third. Builders are slashing prices by $30,000 or more and offering steep incentives, rate buydowns, free upgrades, even gift cards, to unload unsold homes. Meanwhile, homeowners who bought near the peak are watching values sink as costs soar. Flood insurance has doubled after back-to-back storm seasons, and standard premiums are climbing fast. Property tax reassessments have added thousands more each year, straining already tight budgets. Once thriving neighborhoods like Wood Forest and Grand Central Park now show early signs of distress. Overgrown lawns, half-finished builds, and price-reduced signs on nearly every street. Local businesses that once thrived on new home traffic are slowing, from coffee shops to contractors. With job growth cooling and migration from Houston easing, supply now dwarfs demand. The Texas real estate crash isn't just a headline. It's visible in Conroe's stalled construction and fading optimism. In 2025, this former boomtown has hit its limit, and the Houston housing bubble may finally be bursting. Number 9. New Braunfels. Nestled between Austin and San Antonio, New Braunfels was once the perfect middle ground in the Texas housing market 2025. It offered small-town charm, river views, and a peaceful escape from urban chaos. During the pandemic, the New Braunfels housing market exploded as buyers chased affordability and space. Developers flooded in with new master-planned communities, Varamendi, Solms Landing, and Creekside, promising luxury, schools, and serenity between two booming metros. But by 2025, that dream has turned. The same growth that made New Braunfels famous has now overwhelmed it. Inventory has more than doubled, and median home prices have dropped nearly 14% since 2023. Homes that once sparked bidding wars now sit for months. Property taxes have climbed sharply, insurance costs have spiked after floodplain remapping, and commuting expenses are cutting deep into household budgets. Hybrid workers who once fueled demand are being called back to Austin and San Antonio offices, leaving empty driveways and fading optimism. Realtors describe the Texas housing collapse in New Braunfels as frozen. Sellers cling to yesterday's prices while buyers wait for tomorrow's deals. Builders keep constructing to stay afloat, even as supply outpaces demand. What was once a symbol of unstoppable Texas real estate growth is now a warning sign of the Texas real estate crash. The tension is visible everywhere: unfinished homes, quiet streets, and anxious owners. New Braunfels hasn't collapsed yet, but in 2025, it's standing right on the edge. Or number 8, Leander. Once the poster child of Texas's pandemic housing boom, Leander symbolized everything buyers wanted: space, affordability, and freedom from big city chaos. During the frenzy, the Leander housing market surged more than 60% between 2020 and 2023, driven by tech workers priced out of Austin real estate 2025, remote employees with stock windfalls, and investors betting the Texas housing market 2025 would never slow. But that story has changed. Today, Leander stands at the center of the Texas suburbs housing collapse. Inventory has more than doubled since last year, and price-reduced listings dominate Redfin and Zillow. Median home prices have dropped nearly 13% year over year, while builders offer steep discounts, rate buydowns, and incentives, from free appliances to gift cards, to move unsold homes. Behind the numbers lies a deeper problem. Soaring property taxes in Williamson County, rising HOA fees, and skyrocketing insurance premiums have pushed affordability to the brink. Families who bought at the peak now face shrinking equity and rising costs, a clear sign of the Texas housing market crash in motion. Even the skyline reflects the downturn. Cranes have gone quiet, construction sites sit idle, and once bustling retail centers are half empty. Leander was built on unshakable confidence that growth would never stop. But as 2025 unfolds, that optimism has turned to caution. The Texas real estate crash isn't just a headline. It's visible on Leander's still streets where silence speaks louder than sales. Number 7. Frisco. For nearly 2 decades, Frisco defined suburban success in the Dallas real estate market. Once the shining symbol of North Texas growth, this city became the gold standard for prosperity. Corporate headquarters, luxury master-planned communities, and schools ranked among the nation's best. From Legacy West to the Star District, every corner reflected confidence in the Texas housing market 2025. But by 2025, that shine has faded. After peaking in late 2022, Frisco home prices have dropped nearly 11%, while listings have tripled. The Texas housing collapse is hitting even the most exclusive neighborhoods, as the supply of million-dollar homes now far exceeds the number of qualified buyers. Growth simply outpaced fundamentals. Property taxes are punishingly high, insurance premiums have surged after hail and wind losses, and construction costs remain inflated. Even high-income professionals are struggling with Texas housing affordability. The investor boom from California and Arizona has reversed, leaving vacant, unsold homes across subdivisions that once sold out in days. Many flippers have seen profits vanish amid rising mortgage rates and financing costs. Downtown Frisco, once buzzing with energy, now feels restrained. Real estate offices are quieter, sellers frustrated, buyers cautious. Frisco isn't collapsing overnight. It's slowly deflating after years of overconfidence. The luxury sector is cracking first, but the pressure is spreading downward. If high rates persist and Dallas-Fort Worth job growth slows, even Frisco's soft landing could turn into a slide. In 2025, the Texas real estate crash is teaching every suburb that golden growth doesn't last forever. Number 6. Georgetown. Once the shining symbol of Central Texas charm, Georgetown stood apart from the chaos of the Austin real estate market. With its red brick downtown, historic courthouse square, and small-town serenity, it seemed immune to volatility. Between 2019 and 2022, the Georgetown real estate market became one of the fastest growing in the nation, with the population soaring nearly 14%. Builders rushed in, transforming open land into sprawling communities like Wolf Ranch and Berry Creek Highlands. But by 2025, the mood has shifted. Inventory has nearly doubled. Home prices are down around 10% year over year, and developers are quietly retreating. The Texas housing market 2025 is showing strain, and Georgetown is no exception. The issue is affordability. Property taxes and insurance premiums have surged, driving monthly mortgage payments from $2,100 to well over $3,600. For many residents, that jump has proven unsustainable. Even retirees, once a foundation of Georgetown's boom, are now feeling squeezed. Some who bought second homes or investment properties are discovering their values have fallen below what they owe. Downtown remains postcard perfect, but the edges of the city reveal the cracks. Empty lots, paused construction, and hesitant buyers. Builders who overextended during the boom are offering steep incentives to avoid cancellations and layoffs. Georgetown's beauty remains, but its affordability has vanished. In a Texas housing collapse defined by inflation, rising rates, and fading migration, even the most charming towns can falter. The lesson is clear. In 2025, growth built on optimism can't outrun gravity. Number 5. Katy, Houston Metro. For years, Katy was the pride of suburban Houston, a master-planned showcase of great schools, safe neighborhoods, and pristine communities. From Cinco Ranch to Cross Creek Ranch, the Katy housing market defined middle-class success, attracting families statewide with promises of space, security, and stability. It was the blueprint for the Texas housing market 2025 dream. But in 2025, that dream is cracking. Foreclosure filings in Harris County are up 28% year-over-year, with Katy leading the surge. Homeowners who once saw their properties as guaranteed investments are now caught in a painful reversal. A mortgage that cost $2,000 a month in 2021 now exceeds $3,400, driven by skyrocketing insurance premiums, higher interest rates, and relentless property taxes. Families who moved here for affordability are realizing it's gone. Behind the polished developer ads and #1 master plan community banners, stress is spreading. Builders are cutting prices to move inventory. Investors are backing out. Even rental demand, once a safety net, is shrinking as tenants downsize or move away. Across Houston's west side, retail corridors are slowing. Restaurants sit half full, and once busy streets have gone quiet. Overgrown lawns and empty driveways now replace the energy that once defined Katy's growth. For developers, the slowdown is financial. For residents, it's deeply personal. Katy's identity was built on endless expansion, but now it's facing the consequences of overextension. The Texas real estate crash isn't distant, it's here. Behind the billboards of success, Katy reveals a hard truth. Every miracle has a breaking point. Number 4. Pflugerville. Just north of Austin, Pflugerville was once one of Texas's fastest-growing cities, a suburban success story turned real estate hotspot. During the pandemic boom, the Pflugerville housing market became a refuge for tech workers fleeing Austin real estate 2025 prices. Between 2020 and 2022, developers couldn't build fast enough. Neighborhoods like Blackhawk and Falcon Point seemed to appear overnight, and homes sold before the paint was dry. But in 2025, that growth story has flipped. Home prices are down 12% since 2024, and nearly half of all active listings have seen multiple price cuts. According to Redfin, days on market have doubled, and buyer demand has dropped to its lowest level in a decade. The reasons are clear: worsening traffic congestion, surging property taxes, and skyrocketing insurance costs, especially in newer master-planned communities. Remote workers who once fueled the boom are quietly leaving, pulled back to corporate offices or to cheaper states entirely. Even the city's rapid infrastructure expansion can't keep up. Schools are overcrowded, road projects are delayed, and the excitement that once defined Pflugerville's growth has faded into fatigue. For sale signs are multiplying faster than they come down, and rows of new builds now stand half-empty. Austin's suburban sprawl has reached its breaking point. Pflugerville was once the affordable alternative to Austin. Now it's a cautionary tale, proof that even in the Texas housing market 2025, unchecked growth can turn opportunity into oversupply. The canary in the Texas housing collapse isn't singing anymore, it's gasping. Number 3. Mansfield. Mansfield was always the quiet achiever of North Texas, a suburb that perfectly balanced big city convenience with small-town charm. With top-rated schools, green parks, and easy access to both Dallas and Fort Worth, It became one of the most desirable places in the Texas housing market 2025. For years, families found stability and space here while avoiding the chaos of bigger metros. But in 2025, that balance has broken. According to Realtor.com, active listings in the Mansfield housing market are up more than 80% year-over-year, while pending sales have plunged. Developers who once built nonstop now face streets lined with unsold homes. Mortgage payments that averaged $2,200 in 2021 now exceed $3,800 once property taxes and insurance are factored in. Proof that Texas housing affordability is unraveling. Property values have soared faster than wages, erasing the middle-class promise Mansfield once offered. The construction boom meant to bring prosperity has instead created oversupply. Luxury homes sit dark at night. No lights, no laughter, just price-reduced signs glowing under street lamps. Local businesses that thrived on new residents are slowing. Builders are pausing projects. Realtors describe empty showings and cautious buyers. Even rental signs are multiplying in neighborhoods that once sold in hours. Mansfield's story isn't one of collapse, it's one of correction. The Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market is cooling fast, and Mansfield's once perfect equilibrium is cracking under the pressure. In 2025, this quiet achiever is learning that even steady growth can stumble when confidence fades. Number 2, Round Rock. Once the crown jewel of Austin's suburbs, Round Rock symbolized stability in the Texas housing market 2025. It had it all: top-rated schools, booming tech jobs, and major employers like Dell. Families saw it as the perfect balance: not too crowded, not too costly, not too risky. But by 2025, that balance has vanished. After years of relentless migration and speculative building, the Round Rock housing market has finally hit a wall. According to Redfin, home prices have dropped nearly 9% since last summer, while listings have surged more than 70%. Builders are offering massive incentives just to move inventory, but burned-out buyers are holding back. The real problem? Costs have outrun reality. A home that cost $1,900 a month in 2021 now averages $3,500, driven by soaring property taxes, climbing insurance premiums, and rising utility bills. Even tech professionals are feeling the pressure. Newcomers from California and Washington who came for affordable living now find Texas housing affordability slipping away. Restaurants, small businesses, and construction crews are slowing, while half-empty retail plazas whisper of oversupply. Round Rock's story isn't one of failure, it's one of fatigue. After a decade of explosive growth, the market is exhaling. The suburb that once defined Texas prosperity now defines its reckoning. From Leander to Katy, Frisco to Round Rock, the Texas real estate crash is reshaping the dream. Growth without balance always ends the same way. In 2025, even optimism comes with a price tag. Number 1, McKinney. The story of McKinney once read like a Texas success manual: top-rated schools, strong infrastructure, and a booming job market that made it one of America's most desirable suburbs. Between 2015 and 2022, the McKinney housing market surged more than 80%, driven by corporate relocations and a flood of high-income newcomers from California. It became a showcase for the Texas housing market 2025, a model of growth and prosperity. But in 2025, that foundation is beginning to crack. After years of relentless expansion, McKinney's housing pipeline has turned into a backlog. Active listings are up more than 90% year-over-year, and average days on market have more than doubled. Homes that once sold in bidding wars now sit unsold for months. What changed? The cost of living has outpaced the salaries that drew people here. Property taxes in Collin County are among the highest in Texas. Insurance premiums have surged after repeated storm damage, and construction costs remain stubbornly high. Many homeowners, especially those with adjustable rate or low down payment loans, are feeling the squeeze. Developers now sit on unsold inventory, and landlords face growing vacancies as renters head for cheaper Dallas suburbs. The local economy, once shielded by rapid job creation, is slowing. Retail projects are on hold, and new construction permits are down sharply. McKinney's housing market isn't collapsing, it's deflating, steadily and unmistakably. The very forces that fueled its rise, easy credit, migration, and expansion, are now amplifying its decline. In 2025, the Texas real estate crash has reached even its strongest suburbs. The Texas housing market 2025 is teaching us one powerful truth. Growth always comes with a cost. But every challenge brings opportunity. As Texas suburbs face correction and change, the question isn't just what happens next, it's how will we adapt? Will this housing reset spark smarter growth or mark the start of something entirely new? What do you think? Is this the beginning of a long correction or the foundation of a stronger future? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you never miss our daily updates. We post a new video every day at the same time, helping you discover the nation one story at a time. See you tomorrow.